Greetings. Rob Hilliard here, University of Virginia, class of 1974, with a bachelor's degree in history. My focus of study, the development of America's cities and 20th century American pop culture. By way of introducing the university, I offer three defining themes of the student experience: expanding one's horizons, pursuing one's passions, and realizing illimitable opportunities. All are attributes long embedded in the culture of UVA. In its 200-year history, Mr. Jefferson's institution of higher learning has endured numerous tests, some local in nature and others on a grander stage. In this particular instance, we're focused on one of those lesser tests, one in which a fairly small number of individuals within our university community have had their feet, no, actually their skates, pulled out from under them. Today, we're posing the following question: what place should hockey, figure skating, and other ice activities play in the university and Charlottesville communities? We begin by taking you back to 6 remarkable weeks in 1972, as late summer turned to early fall. A series of stop-the-press events reverberated throughout and well beyond the sports world. On September 1st, America's Bobby Fischer captured the World Chess Championship from Russian Boris Spassky in a 24-match series that so captured the nation's attention that ABC's Wide World of Sports picked up live coverage from Reykjavik, Iceland. On September 4th, American swimmer Mark Spitz became the first Olympian to capture 7 gold medals in Munich. The very next day, glory turned to tragedy, as 11 Israeli athletes were murdered at the Olympic Games by Palestinian terrorists. Shockwaves continued on September 10th when the U.S. men's basketball team lost a disputed contest against the Soviet Union 51-50. It was America's first ever defeat. On the 28th of the month, ice hockey grabbed the world stage. Canada completed an epic 8-game battle against the Soviet Union, coming all the way back from a 1-3-1 series deficit by winning each of the last 3 games in Moscow by a single goal. Canada, universally considered home to the world's best hockey, had emerged victorious and thus preserved a nation's psyche. Back in North America, the Lords of Hockey were making a concerted push to expand southward. The NHL granted its first Southern franchise to Atlanta, as the Omni became home to the Flames. Meanwhile, the Houston Aeros became one of the original members of the Renegade World Hockey Association. Closer to home in Virginia, 2 American Hockey League teams, the Richmond Robins and Virginia Wings, were in their second year. This, then, is the context in which we view a small construction project a bit north of the 250 bypass, on Greenbrier Drive, across the street from what was then Barnaby's Pizza. A building made of fabricated steel and housing a single sheet of ice was scheduled to open in the fall. It would offer public skating, figure skating lessons, and be home to the first ever UVA men's hockey team. Who filled the roster on that first club team of the 1973-74 season anyway? Basically, guys who weren't quite ready to hang up their skates. Students who competed for New England prep schools, former NCAA hockey players now enrolled in law school and other graduate programs, and a few stray Canadians with amateur experience north of the border. From the club's opening night's 7-6 victory over Maryland, UVA developed an almost cult-like following among segments of the student and local populations. But hockey was not quite ready to be a primetime player on the American sports scene. As the 70s drew to a close, the Southern experiment was on the wane. The WHA's Aeros, gone. The Richmond Robins and Virginia Wings, both gone. The NHL's Flames, moving to Calgary. And for all of UVA's on-ice success, the rink our Wahoos called home had been poorly managed. The 1978-79 season would be the last for the rink and hence for UVA. While the growth of ice hockey in America came in fits and starts during the 70s, the sport really took off during the decade of the 80s. The impetus? An innovative coach from Minnesota, Herb Brooks, who molded a group of college players into a team that took down the mighty Soviet Union and captured gold in 1980 at the Lake Placid Winter Games. What followed was an explosion of youth programs from the Canadian border to the Gulf of Mexico and from coast to coast. The meteoric rise out west was brought about by a single event, the trade of hockey's greatest star, Wayne Gretzky, to the Los Angeles Kings in 1988. Fast forward to the mid-90s, when the Charlottesville Ice Park opened at the head of the downtown pedestrian mall. With its construction came a reconstruction of hockey at the university. A reborn UVA program has had the benefit of operating within the American Collegiate Hockey Association, which was founded in 1991. Formation of the Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League a few years later gave an ever-increasing number of scholastic players entering UVA an opportunity to play in a league format against other participating colleges from Pennsylvania to North Carolina. Over the ensuing 23 seasons, UVA has captured a combined 9 ACCHL regular and postseason championships. At last count, student athletes from 26 states, 5 Canadian provinces, and a pair of European countries have hit the ice for the Wahoos. On the distaff side, Cami Granado did for women's ice hockey what Mike Eruzione and Jim Craig did for the men's team. Led by the player who'd become the program's all-time leading scorer, the U.S. women's national team captured gold in the inaugural Olympic hockey tournament at Nagano, Japan in 1998. A scant 2 years later, the UVA Women's Ice Hockey Club was founded. Long a successful program, the Lady Who's won this past season's Delaware Valley Collegiate Hockey Conference Division III regular season championship with a perfect 10-0 record. At the Delaware Fairgrounds, UVA defeated Slippery Rock and Indiana University of Pennsylvania on its way to the Frozen Fair title. From the mid-70s through the 80s and beyond, America also witnessed the rapid rise in popularity of figure skating and on-ice entertainment. U.S. success in the Olympics and World Championships came without regard to gender, as such names as Dorothy Hamill, Scott Hamilton, Brian Boitano, and Christy Yamaguchi became well-known stars among youngsters, teens, and young adults. And then there was the real-life soap opera that played out between Tonya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan, replete with professional jealousy, competitive intrigue, and nefarious behavior. Augmenting the growth and popularity of figure skating was the birth in 1981 of Walt Disney's World on Ice. Over the ensuing years, multiple generations have seen these productions in person and on national television. Again, national trends have been mirrored at the university. Complementing UVA's hockey teams is a UVA figure skating club, whose members compete individually and as a group.
You know I try, but I don't do too well with apologies. I hope I don't run out of time, cause someone call a referee. Cause I just need one more shot, have forgiveness. I know you know that I made those mistakes maybe once or twice. And by once or twice I mean maybe a couple of 100 times. So let me redeem myself tonight. Cause I just need one more shot, second chances. Yeah. Is it too late now to say sorry? Cause I'm missing more than just your body. Oh, is it too late now to say sorry? Yeah, I know that I let you down. Is it too late to say sorry? single piece of the blame if you want me to. But you know that there is no innocent one in this game for two. But I go, and then you go out and spill the truth. But can we both say the words and forget this? Yeah. Is it too late now to say sorry? 'Cause I'm missing more than just your body. Oh, is it too late now to say sorry? Yeah, I know that I let you down. Is it too late to say I'm sorry now? I'm not just trying to get you back on me. 'Cause I'm missing more than just your body. Is it too late now to say sorry? Yeah, I know that I let you down. Is it too late to say I'm sorry now? I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I know that I let you down. Is it too late to say I'm sorry now? I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I know that I let you down. Is it too late to say I'm sorry now?
Unfortunately, at a time when the popularity of ice sports is at an all-time high, the university and Charlottesville communities have lost their ice. The arena, sitting on prime real estate, was sold in order to make way for a 6-story office building to house the Charlottesville Technology Center. Beloved by all and regarded as a community focal point, the ice venue that sat at the head of the pedestrian wall went through some tumultuous times in its less than 25 years of operation. 2 names, 3 ownership groups, shifting business objectives, and uneven financial performance were all part of the venue's history. With home ice gone once again, there's no question in our minds that we need to bring about a permanent solution, one that would be marked by continuous improvement, not a quick fix that simply preserves the status quo. With the new ice park on grounds, we can plug the existing gap in the lives of so many students. We can offer an increasing number of current residents of the university, as well as members of the Charlottesville community, opportunities to pursue their passions and to expand their horizons.